the council?
Jared Willwerth, companion member on the council.
Kaitlin Evans, Outreach and Inclusion.
Ben Houck, Vice President, Community Liaison.
How long have you been doing HEMA?
I started in 2016 with the first class the Guild held, and I've been training since then.
I guess it's been about 3, almost 4 years.
About 7 years, but it started a little bit after Jared.
A couple months.
Yeah.
Okay. What got you interested in HEMA, or how did you discover it?
I found it on the internet, found Scholagram. He had posted a how to get into HEMA video. I found the HEMA Alliance Club Finder. There was nothing at the time. Checked it about a year later, and there was the first class for the Guild. And went to that class and then took over from there.
So I've always been interested in like swords in general, always been big into like fantasy and things like that. So I've always been interested in it. Didn't realize it was a thing you could actually do. And after I had my son, I was looking to find something just to get back in my body and feel like myself again. And my spouse actually found HEMA and was like, hey, you know, this is a thing. I looked it up and fell in love with it.
I was spending a lot of time doing a job that I hate. So I started looking for something that I thought would be fun, and I've done combat sports my whole life. So I just started kind of looking around, hey, what's a good combat sport I could do that's not going to really put me in a situation where I can't go to work, because I still got to feed myself, right? And I eventually found the New York Times piece on YouTube, Back to the Sources, and watched that, and that really, I was like, this is awesome. And got on the club finder, found the club, c'est la vie.
All right. And how long have you been with the Guild, and what is your favorite thing about it?
I've been with the Guild since day one, maybe even day -30 if we're keeping track. I think my favorite thing's been just watching it grow. It's gotten really big, especially in the last few years. And it's been a really cool space to build and watch everyone come and have a comfortable place to be themselves and learn about really cool sword fighting techniques.
Yeah, I've been with the Guild since I discovered HEMA, since that first class where I got on the club finder, and it's like, oh, Queen City Sword Guild, that's right down the road. And my favorite...
2020?
Yeah, 2020. And my favorite thing about it is just the community. I love this nerdy little community. It's so much fun.
Been with the Guild since, again, like a month after day one of the Guild. Back in the old Swasage days, that used to be our name, Southwest Ohio Swordsman's Guild. We hucked that pretty quick, but my favorite thing is probably being able to teach. I'm not going to piggyback on Kaitlin's community. I really love being out there and being able to share knowledge and just calisthenics with people. It's one of my favorites.
What is your favorite weapon?
Probably rapier. I like to study for Greece. I think it's a fun system.
Probably longsword. That's what first drew me into HEMA, and while I've branched out some, I still just really have a soft spot for longsword.
Messer.
So, with your favorite weapon, what would be your favorite maneuver from that technique?
There's a technique within Fabrician terms, just a third and a fourth with opposition. It's sort of the quintessential definitive rapier play, and there's a lot of different ways to get into it, and I think it's a really cool technique to learn. I think it's one you should practice every time you practice rapier, so I think that's one of my favorite.
Probably Zver, just like an above cut, because I'm shorter than a lot of the people I fight, so those high line attacks are both useful and they're just kind of fun.
For me, on the Messer, it's probably the Entrance Howl, where you come in with the flat of the blade and mock Jesus and tell the other opponent to get their weapon out of here. And then that leads into a lot of good thrusts, cuts, winds, and grabs.
What do you do outside of the Guild?
I mostly work, hang out at my house with my wife, and play video games. That's about all I got if I'm not here or actively learning a sword.
Yeah, I have a 4-year-old, so I pretty much I'm here or I'm home parenting or otherwise, trying to wrangle chaos. And I also, like, my other hobbies are reading and writing short stories.
I work in the ag industry. I am a personal trainer. I like to work out. I enjoy working with firearms, which is another martial art. Play video games when I can, play tabletop when I can. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm not here.
Sleep when you can.
Sleep when I can. That's a good one, yeah.
What is the Queen City Swords Guild to you, in your perspective?
Oh God, man. I feel like there's a lot of metaphor for me in Queen City because I feel like the organization and myself have grown up at the same time. Like I said, I was 18 when I started, and I'm 25, going on 26 years soon now. So a lot of it's been like brotherhood, sisterhood, growing up with people, and growing up with the organization as I grow up and learn how to be an adult myself. So.
So, for me, it's just like, it's my safe space, sort of. So, you know, I feel most relaxed when my friends, when I hear like the clink of swords and my friends around having fun. I just feel very, very at ease here. I never really felt like I had a place I fit, and I feel like Queen City has become that for me.
Queen City is most of my life. It is what I put a lot of effort into. The things that have grown out of Queen City are what I put all my effort into. Like I said, I had a job that I hated, and then I found a job that I loved. And now I'm making that my full-time thing here soon. So it's, to quote an old Vine, Queen City is my life.
Do you also love Queen City?
I love Queen City.